Now, this year we had a very interesting development. For quite a long time, we were speaking with Julie and Dawn about doing something together and doing something with their fiber. Finally, and thanks to the Quechua benefit people, we got 5 or 6 bales, 5 bales of their best fiber down to Peru. And they arrived, I don't know how, don't ask me, because it's a mystery still, but they arrived. If we had to go through the formal ways of doing it, we would still be underneath red tape. Hey, but they arrived. And we got the fiber at our sorting plant. We're going to see the very moment when the fiber arrived and when we show it to our sorting ladies. It was a big thing to see the first American fiber arriving to our plant. And while we see the movie, I will tell you a couple of stories about this. So for one thing, the bales were different. We had never seen bales such as nicely done as this one. We got them from the Quechua benefit people. As I said, that's why they're labeled with the Quechua label. And as any other fiber, the very first thing you do is to weigh. Obviously, the fiber never comes baled like this. It comes in sacks. The fleeces are loosely placed on sacks, usually. This has been the very first time we have received the fleeces already baled. I believe it was about 122 kilos per bale that we got. The idea with this is that we wanted to see if we could get, first of all, to sort it, and then to see how much of the very, very good fiber we could get. By the way, we sort wool in this same sorting plant. The ladies that do this job have been doing this job for generations, really. These are ladies that learned their trade from their grandmas and their mamas. And they have developed an incredible sense of touch in eyesight to be able to define if this is at 17 or at 18 microns. Well, the very first thing was to see how you had placed the fleeces in which way, because I will show you later on how we place the fleeces when we bale. Roberto, my friend Roberto here, is the general manager of the largest alpaca company in the world nowadays. We recently bought a smaller firm which now makes us the largest alpaca producer in the world. And he, the other guy looking at the fiber, he's the #1 buyer of alpaca in Peru. He's the most knowledgeable guy. So everybody was very curious about what was this very shiny fiber all about. Let me tell you, we had never in 50 years of operation seen such bright fiber as the one that came from here. The shine of the fiber was just amazing for us. It has to do obviously with the breeding, it also has to do with the environment, right? The second thing we did was to separate the fiber into the 4 qualities, the 4 main groups that I showed you around. Extra fine, fine, semi-fine, and coarse. Well, there were only 3 groups here. Most of it was extra fine and fine. Actually, there was 1 or 2 fleeces. I think they were out of the two best quality, right? Yeah, and those were the groups with the extra fine, and semi-fine. Yes, there were some semi-fine groups. Okay. We wanted to do this because now I'm going to hand Dawn and Julie the results of everything, and they will be able to compare what this lot has yielded vis-a-vis the normal Peruvian lot. And this is the same way we would do the Peruvian lot. Once we separate the quality of the fleece, the type of fleece, not the quality, the type of fleece, we need to weight each group by the type of fleece, right? While we do so, I tell you the story of what are we going to do with this type of fleece. The idea is that we're going to take the best part of it, the Super Royal, and we're going to use it together with the fiber that we are obtaining it from a national contest. We have called upon a national contest in Peru among all the breeders to obtain the best quintal. We call it the Inca quintal. Remember, a quintal is 46 kilos, approximately 20 fleeces, right? Well, we are making a contest nationwide to obtain the finest quintal, the finest group of 20 fleeces. Out of that, we're going to extract the Super Royal. Perhaps we're going to have to use the 20 finalist entries. And out of that, we will be extracting the Super Royal. Together with the Super Royal that we have obtained from Snowmass, we're going to make the very first and only worldwide collection of Super Royal material, which is going to be similar, somewhat similar to the thing that you have tried a few minutes ago. That has never been done with alpaca because it's too fine, right? Okay, well, let me make an interval and explain what these ladies are doing. They're already getting ready to sort, and if you notice here, we have placed Royal, Baby, there should be one next to it, Super Royal, Super Fine, and Guarizo. We didn't even place the coarse or mixed piece because it was not going to have any coarse. And the very first thing the ladies are doing is they're trying to extract the coarser areas, which in this case is going to be the super fine, right? Let's just see how much super fine they are getting out of one of the Snowmass fleeces. It's very easy to go through when the fleece is together like this. That's all. That's all the super fine, nothing else. Everything else is going to be Baby, Royal, and Super Royal, which in our terms, it's non-seen. Never seen that. So this next quality should be the Baby, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, going around, the centerpiece should be the Royal. Yeah, that's right, that was the Baby. And now we're going for the Royal and the Super Royal. A little more Baby there. Anyhow, yeah, it's hard to believe how these ladies can just by the touch decide if it's a Super Royal or Royal. Now, obviously, we then send the stuff to the lab to be tested, right? And sometimes we have to make little adjustments, but very little. For the most part, this is what happened. You saw already the big bunch of Royal and Super Royal. Well, here's the result. You remember the National General Peruvian clip. Now, obviously, we have to explain a couple of things. The Snowmass lot, first of all, was skirted. That means it didn't contain any mixed species or really coarse material, right? Whereas this is raw as it comes, so it has lots of skirtings and stuff. Second of all, this is a special selection of 2 or 3 years crop. But having said that, the result is still amazing to what your general clip can bring, even compared to a Peruvian elite type of lot. All I can say is congratulations. Well, let me finish. So what we intend to do with this very, very unique and special collection is that we will have the Super Royal taken out of the best Peruvian animals, plus the Snowmass. Very few kilos. I'm talking about no more than 200 kilos of this material, which will be enough only to make perhaps 600 or 800 scarves or shawls. Now, these are going to be placed on a very, very beautiful packing. They're going to be sold as part of this very special collection, so that the proceeds can go back to the breeders themselves, really, because the proceedings will go back to feed our training program, our genetic improvement program that we will talk about this tomorrow. And the idea is to talk our government to, fortunately we do have some good friends in the government nowadays, and try to have this collection to be the official Peruvian present for when presidents from other nations come to visit, or when our ambassadors go abroad to visit other countries. We think that alpaca should be the type of present they should hand over to other people. And not because of the reason, because alpaca is one of our 10 country products. I don't know how we call it, flag products. We call them flag products, together with some fruits and silver, I don't know. What else? Yeah, gold and something like that. We have 10 products that we call flag products. One of them is the alpaca. Alpaca can be turned into a fantastic product. So our idea is that this very special collection could eventually be the ambassador's present, the Peruvian ambassador present when we go abroad. Nevertheless, we will be presenting this collection next the month of May, if I'm not mistaken, in Lima. I'll let you guys know. On a very special fashion show, which we hope to invite the president and his wife. And it will be sold in our tuna stores. And as I said, the proceedings will go to feed back the breeders program at Pacamarca, so that we can keep on improving the quality, the overall quality of the Peruvian herd.